A question that gets asked a lot in online learning is, how can I engage my students in a more interactive discussion than a traditional discussion board? Nothing wrong with traditional discussion boards, but sometimes we're looking for something a little bit different. Maybe it will engage audio or video, or maybe it will just allow students a different way to talk to each other. The tool today we're going to talk about is called VoiceThread, and it will do exactly that. So this page that we're on right now is the VoiceThread homepage, and we're going to get into that in just a second. The first thing I want you to know is that here at NKU, we have an integration of VoiceThread directly into Canvas. So that's the second part of what I'll show you. But I want to go ahead and log on and show you what a VoiceThread looks like, and then show you how to implement it so you get a better idea as to whether this is a tool that would work for you or not. So the gist of VoiceThread is this. You can add to your presentation really anything. It could be a video, it could be a PowerPoint, it could be an image, and you can have students start or add to each other's discussion on it. So for example, here is one example here. Let me go ahead and open this. Hey guys, in this VoiceThread, we're going to spend a little time looking at a few technology-related current items. So as you get all right, you get the idea here. You can see I have a picture that popped up because I added a comment as the instructor to this. They are associated with a picture if you choose to, and I could reply to myself directly. So these are threaded replies, and I could also trash it as the author. So you can see down here at the bottom of VoiceThread, there are several ways where somebody could comment on a slide. So if I click this plus button, you can see all my options. ABC is a text comment, so I'll do that in just a second. You could actually make a comment using your phone. So you would actually dial a number and it would allow you to put your voice onto the comment. Here is your traditional voice, which is what I did for this one. This will use a webcam, so you'll actually see the students talking and recording their voice on the slide itself. And then this is if you want to upload a file. So if you've recorded your comment in another program and you want to upload it, you can do that here. So let's say I want to reply to myself. Now you can see that there's a little threaded, it's a circle now, and you can see that there's a line connecting these two. And let's say I want to do that as an ABC. This is my reply comment. Okay, so now you can see that's there as well. So that's how students would actually reply, and you would see them all start to stack up over here on the side. I can go to the next slide by clicking this arrow to the right, and you can see in this case, this is actually a video that they would watch. I can hit the play button here.
Challenges abound for stay-at-home students.
Okay, they could watch the video, and then they could add in their comment. So I'll add a comment here. You can see here what it's telling me is I can insert my comment anywhere in the video that I want. So I could have moved that playhead around. This video will all right, and there I've saved it. Okay, so again, this is, I think we also have an image here that they could comment on, and I think my next one is part of an article. There we go. That was actually a PDF that I put in there. So I want you to understand that you can add in all sorts of media to your presentations to allow students to then comment on it. One of the things I think it's helpful for is if you had, say, a PowerPoint and you wanted to add your voice to, say, the first 4 slides, you're going to give them lecture or talk about it. And then maybe on the 5th slide, you have a page that just says, let's discuss or something. And then they're going to talk about what it is you just went over. It's a great way to deliver some content and then discuss, and then deliver some content and then discuss, all wrapped into one tool. But there's so many ways you could use this, but I just wanted you to see one example. Before I jump into Canvas, I want to point out one other thing that I think might help. Under here it says courses. These are 2 courses where I have implemented or used VoiceThread as a part of an assignment or a module. So I want you to see that they're listed here. And this is what I'm going to show you next, how to get into Canvas and actually create kind of an instance of VoiceThread inside of your course. So now let's head there. As with many tools you're using in Canvas, you've got multiple places you can put things inside of your course. VoiceThread is no different. The two places that make the most sense where you would put a presentation from VoiceThread are modules and assignments. Let me show you both. Within modules, if you wanted to add a VoiceThread presentation, here's the steps you would take. You would click on the plus button to add content to a module. Then from this drop-down area, you would choose External Tool. And the reason we're doing that is because this is a tool that NKU has integrated into Canvas, and you can access directly from this external tool area. And we can see, if we scroll, VoiceThread is one of the options. So we're going to go ahead and click VoiceThread and choose Add Item. Now from here, you can see that we do have the VoiceThread marker here, and we need to click on it to actually finish setting it up. Let's go ahead and click on it. And we have 3 choices we're going to see here on what we want to show students when they click on this link. One note is that whatever we choose here is permanent for this link. You could certainly delete out the whole thing and start over, but you can't modify. You will only get this setup screen one time. Course View will allow them to see all of the voice threads that have been shared to this course. The individual voice thread is just what it sounds like. It'll allow you to point to one individual voice thread for them to look at and look through. Home will show them all of the voice threads that they have access to in total, including anything that they have created. So in my opinion, I think it might make the most sense to choose individual voice thread and then only pull in the presentation that fits in that module. So let's go ahead and click on that. Let me show you. Now, what you see here is this is now connected to my voice thread that I have logged into. One note I really need to make clear is that in order to initially sort of launch your access into VoiceThread, you can't start at the VoiceThread homepage like I did. You have to start here and allow this to create an account for you through Canvas. So make sure that you have launched and added in VoiceThread in this way. And then, of course, the very first time you've come in here, you won't have actually created any voice threads. You could actually click right here to create a new voice thread inside of Canvas. You don't have to go out to that main page like I showed you. I just wanted you to see how that connects to kind of the main tool and how you'll see it. But you could create a new voice thread right here, and I'll do that for you in just a minute. So let's say I want to add in this example. From here, I can scroll down and choose to share with class. All right, now once I return to my course, and now when I click on the VoiceThread link, it will then take me directly to that presentation that was being shown and that I've created ahead of time. And students can watch this and they can comment from here. Let me show you what this will look like from the student perspective. All right, so here I am as a student, and I can see that I have a voice thread to look at. When I click on it, it will first ask me for my email address, and this is making sure that this person really is a part of the class, and it verifies who they are as your student. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there, and now it'll allow me in. Okay, and now when I comment, it will come in as me. This is all being done kind of behind the scenes for you. So a student could then add in their comment and save it. And there's my comment. Now, of course, it looks like the same as my first two in terms of picture because it's still me replying to this. So this is what it would look like for a student to add in their own comment if you added it to a module. Let me show you the assignment side, which looks very similar, but with one small difference. Okay, so here I am under the assignment area. I'm going to go ahead and click to add a new assignment, and I'm going to call this VoiceThread tutorial example. All right, so you would add in your instructions like you always do for your assignments, whatever else you want to tell them about the assignment. And then you're going to come down here where it says submission type, and you're once again going to choose external tool, just like we did in the module area. We're going to click here on the find button, and we're going to do just that, find VoiceThread in our list. It should be towards the bottom. It's alphabetical. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Don't worry about this right here. This is just code that it needs to understand how to read VoiceThread. Let's go ahead and select it. I'm going to, of course, give it your point value and then come on down and save or publish or save. I'm going to go ahead and just save it at this point. Okay, so here we are again on the setup area, and you'll notice the first three are just what we had in the module area, but you also have this last option called Assignment Builder. If you choose Assignment Builder, this is where you can actually grade their comments, and this will be integrated directly into your grade center. So if you are looking for them to just participate and you're not looking to give an actual grade for it, one of these three might be the way to go. I'd probably suggest the individual VoiceThread. I think that's the most clear path to having them look at a presentation. But if you are looking to give them an actual assignment and have it integrated into your grade center, Assignment Builder is what you want. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. Okay, so it's asking me, what do you want them to do in this assignment? Do you want them to just watch a VoiceThread? Do you want them to submit comments? Or do you want them to actually create a VoiceThread? I'm going to say I want them to submit comments to one. Here are my VoiceThreads again. Here are the same list that we saw before. And again, I showed you that at the very beginning, things that I've created. If you have not created the VoiceThread yet, you can click this. I might as well go ahead and click on this and show you what you can do. Here is where you will add media to your presentation. If you click here, you can see you have several sources and places that you can choose to add information from. So let's say, I'll show you two examples. I'll go to my computer and I'm going to find an image to insert. So let me do that now. Okay, I added in a picture, but it wants me to add a title to this presentation. So I'm going to add in sample VoiceThread for tutorial. Enter a description if you would like, and then we're going to come down and save it. Okay, I added in just a picture of nature that I took. I wanted to also show you that I can easily add in other media, and this is all sorts of things you can add in. You can add in your own audio recording or a webcam photo, so of course use your webcam to take it. This URL is handy. That's how I actually added in a YouTube video, so that will work for that, and so on. So let's just say that's the only thing I want to add in. The second thing that I think is helpful to do when you're creating a new VoiceThread is to add in a comment. You want to tell the students why they're on this slide, just like you would add instruction to anything that you're doing. So let me go ahead and choose comment. Here's my one slide. I'm going to go ahead and comment. I'll add a voice this time. Hi everyone, this is a place that I would like to study and do my work if I could. What's a place that makes sense for you and that you find peace and focus when you are working online? Okay, I'm not sure what this picture would be about, but that's what I chose. Hi everyone. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save it. And you can see that my picture popped up right over here with my comment. And I could continue to go to new slides and add additional comments if I wanted to. So let's say I'm done commenting. I'm going to close this down, and I want to go ahead and actually create the assignment. You can see that you've got a couple of options here as you create that assignment. You can add a description, choose to share it with the class, and moderate comments if you choose to. So let's go ahead and choose the Create Assignment button. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose to return to the course. Okay, so now we have our VoiceThread tutorial example. I'm going to go ahead and publish it. And let's see what this looks like on the student side. So on the student side, we can come down here and we can choose VoiceThread tutorial example. Once again, it's going to ask me for my email address to verify they are part of this course. All right, and here we are. So, hi everyone, this is a place. All right, so I could add in my own comment as the student. So I'll go ahead and do this. Assignment comment. Choose to save it. Here we go. And when I am done, I can choose to submit that assignment as the student. You can see there is a requirement to leave one comment on this VoiceThread. These are all options that you can set as the instructor as to what you want to do on that. So let's say I go ahead and submit this assignment. Let's say I'm all done. I've added all the comments I want, and I'm going to submit the assignment. Okay, now let me show you what it looks like on the faculty side. All right, here I am back again on the faculty side. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Here I am. I can see that one person has submitted it as well as if I had more students, these are the ones that have not submitted it. By clicking on me, I will be able to see exactly where I added all of my comments in, and I can add a grade in right here. Now, if you remember that I had this set as 20 points, and this is making me put it in as a percentage. Let's say I give myself 80%. I did a pretty good job, but I only got 80% of it. This will actually calculate back to how many points this would be for the student and a percentage base. So let me show you what I mean. I do want to make note here that the VoiceThread sort of has its own grading piece where it doesn't really connect to SpeedGrader. It's on its own. So if you click on SpeedGrader here, it's going to say that there's no submission for this student because it's self-contained within VoiceThread. But if I go to grades here and I look at my sample student and I scroll over and find my VoiceThread example, tutorial example, out of 20, I gave myself an 80%, which is 16. So it actually will translate that for you and put it right into the Grade Center for you. So that's the gist of how it's going to work. I know that there's a lot of details here, but I want to recap for you now. VoiceThread is a tool that will allow you to push out presentations or content pieces and allow for discussion with students. You can add those to modules, and you can also add them to assignments. The modules, in my opinion, would be more, you're not going to grade them. You just want them to participate in it. And obviously the assignments is something that you're truly looking to put an assignment grade on. And both of those work just a little bit differently. You can create voice threads directly inside of Canvas, which I showed you, or that home page of VoiceThread that I mentioned. Some people like to stay just inside of Canvas. I just wanted to show you the main home page just to show you that they do connect. Notice my example is back here on VoiceThread now that I've created it. So you don't have to touch the main page, but I wanted you to see what it looks like. And that as you create things, they are being saved into a central storage place on the VoiceThread webpage. So, site rather. So I wanted you to understand the connection there. Again, when you begin, start in Canvas so it knows that you are a user. It'll create you a user account. If you then come to the main page, you will have to use that reset password and set up a password for yourself. I think it said need a password. Set one up for yourself so you can get to this main page. But again, you can stay directly inside of Canvas and work there if you want to. And that's VoiceThread. Discussion, an alternative to discussion board, and it can be used as a discussion piece inside of a module or as an assignment, and it will help you handle the grading of that as well. Please let me know if you have any questions about VoiceThread or if I can help.